your side. So we're going to face the front. Your knees, your feet rather, are in line with your hips. Taking hold of your cushion or towel. Again, you don't have to have a cushion or towel under your head if you don't want to. Placing in this position. Knees are bent. Hand in front of you, keeping the shoulders open or on your hip. We're going to lift the top leg, so it's just, you've got a fist width between the knees. And we're going to do that rotation in the hip. So I'm bringing my calf up towards the screen in front of me and then bringing it back down. So if you're not sure what we're doing, this is what you're keeping the thigh bone here, so the front of my leg here stays in that same position, more or less, about a fist width between the knees. And the rotation is in the hip. So don't focus on what's going on in your calf. That doesn't really matter. It's focusing on here. It's a rotation in the hip joint. Stay lifted in the waist. So this is nice. Our hips like this sort of thing. Targeting, stabilizing muscles, waking up some muscles that don't often get used. And this is all what we're talking about building bone density. It's sometimes in Pilates we can focus on those muscles that don't often get focused if you're just pumping away in the gym. So it's all different. So those exercises that, I love going swimming, for example, and I do go swimming, but that's, because I'm being supported by the water, I'm not actually building bone doing that. It has lots of other benefits, but it's not building bone. So it's just being aware of what's the most useful thing for you. Let's do one more rotation on this side. Doesn't matter which side you're on. Bring the leg down. Pat it out if you need to. So if it feels like it's really got in there, then you've been focusing on the right muscles. Extend the leg away from you. Draw up in the waist. Point the foot or just have it relaxed if you cramp. And just feel like someone's got hold of your ankle. We're just creating some space in that hip joint. And we're just going to tap the toe on the floor and then lift it up towards your ceiling. So just going up and down. So you're trying to stay lifted in your waist. The movement's all coming from here. In my hip, glutes are working here. My leg's not going backwards and forwards. And I'm not rotating backwards and forwards here. And I'm not lifting up and down in my waist. It's just my leg moving. Imagine you've got a piece of string on your ankle and it's just lifting up. So you're probably feeling, whoa, that's starting to hurt in the legs a little bit now and in the glutes. And if it is, you're doing it right. So this is all about working those muscles, loading them, building bone. Nice, everybody. And if you had an ankle weight on, can you imagine? Be a little bit harder. I'm going to do one more. Once you've done one more, bring that leg in. Pat it out if you need to. Nice, everybody. And we're going to go even you up. Before we stretch out the hips, I'm going to do the other side and then we'll do a hip stretch. So we're going to come up to sitting, swivel the legs round. And we're going to do the same the other side. So just making sure to start with that you have your feet in line with your hip. So I'm coming down onto the floor again with my cushion under my head. Hand in front or on the hip. We're going to do those hip rotations first. So lifted in the waist. Lift the top leg, about a fist width here. And we're going to do those hip rotations. So just as far around as you can go. So it's not a full rotation in the hip. It's only like a quarter turn, but it really focuses right here in the glutes. So don't worry if the leg goes up and down a little bit. It's just what we're trying to do is focus really here in your hip joint, getting right here deep in these glutes, stabilizing muscles. Keep the breathing just nice and steady. Just make sure you have to keep double checking that you haven't fallen forward or rolled backwards, that your shoulders are open. Rest of your body's nice and relaxed. Breathing. Not grimacing in the face or anything like that. So you've got a nice, happy face. One more in each direction. Bring the leg down. Little pat if you need to. And then we're going to extend the leg away from you. Point the foot or just have the foot relaxed. Imagine I've got your leg again, drawing it out of your hip, creating as much space in that hip joint as you can. Hips are stacked, of course, shoulders. And we're just going to do that toe tapping down and lifting up towards the ceiling. So you're really focusing right in here. So imagine your leg is as light as a feather and it's just getting picked up by the ankle. Keep the rest of the body nice and relaxed. Keep lifted in the waist though. Shoulders are open, hips stay stacked. So all the movements, all the efforts coming round from around this part of your body. There should be no tension in the shoulders or your neck. Probably really feeling it in there a little bit now. Keep the leg drawing out of your hip joint. Legs going directly up and down, not front to back, no rolling. Last one up and down. And then bring that leg back onto the supporting leg. Pat it out. Nice, everyone.